All right, so I'm going to be introducing to you now Dr. Andrea Rustad, a recent graduate of Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine, and will soon be a resident in dermatology at the University of Wisconsin. She is strongly interested in pediatric dermatology and genetic skin conditions, especially ichthyosis, and the psychological impact of skin conditions. She's also involved with research on this topic. She has volunteered multiple times at Camp Discovery and is the author of Skin-Vincible, a children's book on ichthyosis. Following this session, Andrea is going to very graciously sign some original copies. So please, join us over and take a copy of the book. If you know people that you want to buy a copy of the book for and maybe donate it to your libraries or your children's schools to teach about inclusivity, there's some easels on the desks here with a QR code and gets you a 10% discount if you buy the book. So that's my spiel. And it is yours.
Okay, hopefully it works. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be here. As Janet said, I just graduated from medical school last week, so I'm very excited to have this wonderful opportunity to get to meet you all and share about our book today. So I became interested in ichthyosis when I volunteered at Camp Discovery in Minnesota, which is where I'm from. And I volunteered there twice before starting medical school. And then when I came into medical school, I already had an interest in dermatology as well. I've grown up with atopic dermatitis, so I kind of been exposed through that way as well, and also family. And then meeting people, both children and co-counselors at Camp Discovery with ichthyosis, and hearing some very vulnerable and emotional stories about bullying and stigmatism that they'd faced really motivated me to get involved with research and advocacy for ichthyosis once I started medical school. And I was lucky enough to get connected with Dr. Amy Paller, who wrote this book with me, providing great medical insight. She is a pediatric dermatologist and on the Medical and Scientific Advisory Board of FIRST, as Chris mentioned earlier, as well as an expert on ichthyosis and many other skin conditions. So she's been a wonderful mentor to me. And through her, I connected with the FIRST organization, and I've been involved in multiple research projects specifically about ichthyosis and some of the psychosocial aspects. And then came up with this book kind of as an offshoot of that because I'd talked with many people of all ages with ichthyosis about the bullying that they experience. And so much of it just stems from a lack of awareness since it's a relatively rare group of conditions. So one way to kind of combat that is just by raising awareness. So thank you all for being here today and helping us with that, but also to have a book that really can reach the public will be one way that we're working on that. And then also so many children told me that they never identified with positive characters in books or movies, and sometimes even would identify with the ones they said the ones no one likes for no reason or the odd one out, which I thought was very sad to hear. We all grow up wanting to see bits of ourselves in books and movies and identify with characters. So I also thought that writing a children's book would provide this message of raising awareness in a way that lets kids with ichthyosis or perhaps other skin conditions see themselves represented in a positive way. And the character has ichthyosis but doesn't let it define her, as you'll see. So it's about ichthyosis, but it's not just about ichthyosis. And we also really tried to be intentional with the imaging and other aspects of the book to make it really just about inclusivity and acceptance of all sorts of differences of appearance and function and background too. So hopefully children and families of any background will benefit by reading the book. And if you're interested in, buying a copy or sharing it amongst friends or families, schools, churches, libraries, any sort of place where, kids and families can read and learn, I think that would be so amazing. So I will do a little reading of the book, and I'm so excited to get to share this with you. And I'm hoping that you can all see the images as well, but of course, if not, you can look at it later. So Skin-Vincible, a story of a superstar with ichthyosis. Just to start too, we dedicate this book to individuals and families with ichthyosis. We hope that this book brings you joy and helps in our shared quest to educate people about ichthyosis. We thank the Foundation for Ichthyosis and Related Skin Types, or FIRST, for its support of the book and the ichthyosis community, and the American Academy of Dermatology for its Camp Discovery, and also Beiersdorf, Aquaphor, and Eucerin for their support as well. Hi, my name is Cece, and today is my big day. I am singing and dancing in my school's talent show tonight. I am so excited, but also a little nervous. I've been practicing a lot. I can't wait to wear my sparkly purple costume. But first, I have to get up and take care of my skin because I have ichthyosis. It's pronounced ichthyosis. It's not a sunburn or just dry skin. I was born with ichthyosis and will always have it. Some people with ichthyosis have a parent, sister, brother, or another family member with ichthyosis. But some kids, like me, are the only one in the family and the only one they know with ichthyosis. Did you know that the skin is the largest organ in your body? Skin is like a wall that keeps water in and keeps germs out. Skin is also like a layer cake with frosting between each outer layer of skin that makes the wall strong. In ichthyosis, the skin doesn't work right. My skin grows super fast and piles up like a very messy cake, which makes my skin extra dry and thick. It cracks easily, which can be painful. I am really itchy all the time, especially at night. Not many people have my skin condition, but I have met others with ichthyosis at special camps or get togethers. It's nice to know I am not alone with my skin. My friends with ichthyosis and I play games and talk just like any other kids. Right now, ichthyosis is something I will have my whole life, but doctors and scientists are working hard to find a cure. I've learned that there are over dozens of kinds of ichthyosis because there are lots of ways the skin can be different. People all over the world and with any skin color can have ichthyosis. Some have dry, flaky, and bright red skin. Others have really thick skin that's all piled up like mine. It takes me a lot of time every day to take care of my skin. My parents help me too. I take long baths, scrub off my extra skin, and then slather on creams. Extra skin can plug my ears. I have to get them cleaned out so I can hear. Some of my friends with other kinds of ichthyosis have really tight skin around their eyes and can't even close them at night. They have to put in special eye drops. Every person with ichthyosis have a different routine because everyone's skin is unique. My doctors and my caregivers help me figure out what works for me to keep my skin healthy. And if you can zoom in here or look in the book, you might recognize some similar looking labels to Aquaphor and Eucerin, as those are very popular. When my skin is moisturized and happy, it makes me feel better and protects against germs. I am more comfortable to play and do the things I love. Now that my skin is clean and moisturized, I am off to school. I like school. My favorite class is science. I like doing fun experiments and learning about the world. But my skin gets so dry and uncomfortable during the school day. I have to take breaks to put cream on, which my teacher reminds me to do. My friends and I love recess, but I have to be extra careful. When it's hot, I can't be outside as long as others. I can't sweat, so I easily overheat. I get even more itchy and tired. I have to make sure I keep cool, especially when I'm playing sports and games. The thick skin on my feet can crack and hurt. That makes it hard for me to jump, run, and play. But if I take good care of my skin, I can still play along. Even though our skin is different and takes extra work, kids with ichthyosis can still have fun outdoors and do normal activities. I have fun with my friends at school, but for kids with ichthyosis like me, meeting new people can be tough. Some are scared of me and don't want to be near or touch me. Some people are just curious. Some stare or look away. Others are mean to me. They point at me, whisper, or even call me names. Bullying, staring, or being left out of activities makes me sad and mad. I know that these feelings are normal, but getting angry doesn't help. I've had to learn how to stand up for myself, which isn't easy. I know that people usually aren't trying to be rude, they just don't understand. Telling people about ichthyosis and that I can't spread it to others helps people understand. If you are being bullied, you can and should tell your parents, teachers, friends, or others you trust. You don't have to deal with it alone, and you should know that it isn't your fault. If people don't accept you for who you are, they're not worth having as a friend. I can't change the way my skin looks. Good friends look past my skin and look at my fun personality. My friends stick up for me and help me to feel better if I am sad. It's important to have good friends and to be a good friend. Finding something I love and I'm good at, like singing and dancing, helps me be more confident. I started dancing when I was just 4 years old. At first, it was scary to be on stage in front of so many people, but when I was dancing and having fun, I wasn't so bothered. My friends also helped me to feel more comfortable with dancing on stage. They're coming to the talent show tonight to cheer me on. They really care about me. Now it's my big moment. I take a deep breath and step on stage. I'm nervous, but I see the faces of my friends and family smiling from the audience. I smile back and I know they believe in me. The music starts and I sing along, twirling and jumping. I have so much fun. When I finish, I curtsy and the whole room claps. I feel like a star. Remember, my skin is only one part of who I am. It's just my outside, like wrapping paper. The real gifts are what we have inside of ourselves. I have a fun personality and many talents. I care about my family and friends. I like playing games and learning new things, just like other kids. If you have ichthyosis like I do, don't be ashamed. It makes you special. Ichthyosis isn't contagious, but your confidence can be. If you are comfortable with yourself, others will like you for who you are and be comfortable around you too. Don't be afraid to try new things, even dancing on stage, and try not to worry about what others think of you. Everyone has differences. Some are just more visible than others. If you see someone who looks different, don't stare, tease, or leave them out. Say hi and get to know them. We are all different, but we can be friends and help each other. And together we can be Skin-Vincible. The end. Thank you. And then we also had some amazing photos sent in to the book for inclusion as well to show real faces of ichthyosis, including Hunter is in there as well. So if you want her to sign your book, she's also featured. We got a lot of great photos of people of all ages, so that was really fun for people to see others that look like them as well. And then at the end, we also have an awareness card that you can find on the first website. So you can cut out and children or family members can hand it out to help explain their skin condition to others, especially for kids who might be a bit more shy or maybe don't want to go through a whole spiel every time and say about their skin condition. That can be a quick way. And I believe they also have it in Spanish. And also we're hoping that this book then also takes some of the onus off of children from always having to explain for themselves, which can get tiring, especially for kids that are more shy. And then hopefully if their teachers are reading it or other people already have heard about it or know, then there's less work that they have to do for themselves. So thank you so much. And I'd be honored to sign some books for you and answer any questions that people might have.
Thank you so much. I love the inspiration behind writing it. I love how your experiences have led you to this point, and you're just amazing to listen
Thank
to.
you.
So thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Andrea about what led her to this point, how the distribution of the book might be going? Um, get a copy.
Yeah, and also some next steps that we're working on now as well is getting ebooks in Spanish, French, and Arabic, and with the help of Beiersdorf, potentially German, some other languages as well. So that would be really awesome to be able to spread the message around the world. I think it would also be awesome to make an audiobook version and really just kind of make it more accessible to people as well. If you have any questions on how to support that or any other thoughts or ideas for